Coming up on Mountain News this morning, folks throughout the nation took time to remember the officers who died while protecting our peace. And one group is raising awareness on food insecurity and the alarming rate it increased in the past 2 years.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. I'm Amelia Lee here with you on this Friday, May 16th. It's 6 o'clock this morning and it is time to check on in with meteorologist Megan Dusmall today. Megan, it is a first alert weather day. Tell us, what can we expect on our Friday ahead?
Well, we're already starting to see storm chances this morning, and we're going to continue on that trend from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. Here's a look at that live pinpoint Doppler radar. You can already see the storms entering into our region close to Estill and Powell County. Some heavier rain as you're traveling into the southern portions of Powell County. And again, that's pretty much the trend we're going to see all day long. Strong to severe storms will be picking up, especially for the evening hours. Current temperatures as you're heading out the door, 60s and 70s with afternoon high temperatures in the low to mid 80s. And if we get any break in the cloud cover today, we're going to warm up those temperatures and give more energy to the storm. So we're hoping to keep that cloud cover throughout the next couple hours. Here's a look at the next couple hours. We will see those temperatures warming up. We have a first round of highs around 11 o'clock. Then those storm chances will drop down our temperatures, but then we'll warm back up as we're heading into the evening hours before the next round of storms take over overnight. Amelia.
Deputies are investigating a shooting incident in the McDowell area of Floyd County. Late Sunday night, a man showed up at the hospital saying that he'd been shot. He told deputies he pulled off onto the side of the road on Route 122 near the mouth of Frazier's Creek and was going to park there overnight. Later, he says 2 unknown men ordered him out of his vehicle and then robbed him. He says after he was allowed back into that vehicle, the suspect shot into the rear window, injuring him. If you have any information, you're asked to call 606-949-2020. Kentucky State Police Post 9 spent the day remembering troopers who paid the ultimate price. Yesterday, troopers traveled through Martin, Floyd, and Pike counties, placing wreaths on the graves of 3 troopers who died in the line of duty, remembering troopers Jerome Clifton, Johnny Adkins, and Jonathan Leonard. Public Affairs Officer Michael Coleman says the day of memorials was all about showing the communities their heroes are not forgotten, while sharing their stories with the troopers who came after.
It's tragic, but, you know, I think a lot of people's fears, people forget about them. And like I said, even though we may not see the family every day, but, you know, it's times that we can come out and let them know that we do remember, and we are thankful for what their family member gave.
Troopers visit the graves every year, always welcoming the community and the families of the fallen troopers to join. The London Police Department also recognized 2 of their fallen officers yesterday. Sergeant Logan Medlock died when a drunk driver crashed into his cruiser back in 2022. Lieutenant Travis Hurley also died in 2022 due to COVID-19 complications. The Police Department's Fallen Officers Foundation has organized a memorial golf scramble in his honor for the last couple of years. Folks in Sevierville, Tennessee also celebrated Peace Officers Memorial Day. That service was conducted outside the Sevierville Police Department. This year, 3 officers in Tennessee have lost their lives, which is down from 10 the year before. Their names were read aloud as a flower was placed on the wreath in their memory.
We had Deputy Greg McCowan in Blount County. We had Antoine Wisbons from KPD, and we had Tucker Blakely from Knox County. So this time last year, it really had hit home to us as well as all across the state.
The Oak Ridge Police Department in Tennessee also hosted its Peace Officers Memorial Day ceremony. The mayor of Oak Ridge says they recently lost 2 officers to illness. They also honored past officers who've died. State Auditor Allison Ball is suing the Beshear administration once again. This time, she's pushing for enforcement of a kinship law passed last year. That lawsuit says the state kinship care law is in limbo because the governor and his cabinet have not implemented it. Ball's office says the law provides a lifeline for relatives to step in and care for displaced children. The Beshear administration said the legislature didn't fund the program when it passed the law. One of Kentucky's largest hunger relief networks is sounding the alarm after new data shows food insecurity skyrocketed during the past 2 years. Dare to Care officials in the Louisville area say the numbers show a 48% increase in food insecurity throughout the 13 counties they serve. This means more than 186,000 people don't know where they'll find their next meal. And for children, that's 1 in 5 without reliable nutrition. That's the worst it's been since 2008.
That's just unimaginable. But yet when you couple that with the challenges that we are facing with regard to what has taken place in our community, what's taken place with policies, all of those things are going to impact even our community in a deeper way.
Dare to Care says they hope the community bands together to support local food banks. Several industries are changing with the times, and that means working to include new technologies like artificial intelligence. A White Castle in Frankfort introduced an AI order-taking system to relieve team members. When customers arrive at the Frankfort White Castle location, they must agree to the system's terms and conditions before it can help them. If they're not interested in help from the system, named Julia, they can just decline.
They are able to say help, and that'll prompt the headset to our team members, and then we can take the orders ourselves so that they will be able to be with a real person.
Paige says team members were fearful at first about implementing the system, but they've come to enjoy the extra hands on deck. A group of volunteers is paddling with a purpose to clean up hundreds of miles of the Ohio River. The team started in Ashland, traveling 280 miles to reach Louisville. Their goal was to pick up litter in an effort to promote a healthier river.
So I came on the trip to not only learn more about the Ohio River, but also how all of these communities along the Ohio River are fostering outdoor recreation and tourism, and really working collaboratively to make a more sustainable and enjoyable experience on the Ohio River.
This was the 5th year for the event.
We are keeping an eye on those storms as they continue to move into our region. Let's take a look at live pinpoint Doppler radar so you can see what you can expect as you're heading out the door this morning. Just a little bit of showers as you're traveling into Buchanan County, Virginia, maybe a little bit as you're traveling into Leslie, Perry, as well as Letcher. Now, as we travel more towards the northwest, that's when we see those storm chances increasing. Let's go ahead and zoom into Powell and Estill County, where we do see a lot of lightning this morning. Storm chances will continue to roll through the region as we're going through the next couple of hours. Temperatures are sitting in the 60s and 70s with afternoon high temperatures in the 80s. We're looking at a mixture of the low to mid 80s for today. Now we will see the high temperature around that 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock mark, but we will see those storm chances on and off throughout the day with the highest chances for severe storms as you're heading into the late evening hours. Amelia.
Thanks for joining Mountain News this morning at 6:08. The White House is touting major deals as President Donald Trump wraps up his trip to the Middle East.